I, Jhalak Patel from MJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication, welcomes you to the session of electromagnetic theory. Today, we are going to discuss about Unit 2, that is magnetostatics, with topic some examples related to previous topics. So, let's start the session. First of all, let me discuss about the uniform surface charge density that we have discussed in the last lecture. Due to that uniform surface charge density, you can say that magnetic field intensity is given by K by 2 cross AN bar. Here, this AN bar is similar to the AN bar that we have already discussed in electric field intensity due to uniform shift charge, that is rho upon 2 epsilon 0 AN bar. In that case, AN bar is a direction that we are going to take either positive or negative depending on the position of point and the plane. So, if point is above plane, the direction of that AN bar is positive, and if point is below plane, then direction of that AN bar is negative. So, similarly, we have to take that direction in this type of example also for magnetic field intensity as well. So, this is the problem statement that two planes are given, z equal to 0 and z equal to 4, that has the current carrying density, that is K equal to minus 10 AX ampere per meter and K equal to plus 10 AX ampere per meter. Here you have to find the magnetic field intensity at one point, that is 1, 1, 1. Okay, and for that you have to take the 2 H1 and H2, means first H1 due to first current charge density, that is minus 10 AX ampere per meter, and second due to the second type of current charge density, that is plus 10 AX ampere per meter. Okay, so for that let's start with the equation, that is K by 2 cross AN that I said. So for the first case, when z equal to 0, because this minus 10 AX is at z equal to 0 plane. So now you have to take z equal to 0 plane and combine it and check that whether this 1, 1, 1 is above plane or below plane. So if you see the coordinate of this point, that is 1, 1, 1, in that the coordinate of z is 1. So that coordinate of z is above z equal to 0 plane. Here there is, suppose that this is z equal to 0 plane. So the point z 1, 1, 1 is obviously above this plane somewhere here. So if point is above plane, then you have to take the direction as positive. But which positive? Whatever the plane given in the problem statement, that means z plane is given, so you have to take positive. The positive direction in z axis means plus Az bar. Okay, so let's say h bar equal to K by 2 cross Az bar, but here K is minus 10 AX, so it is like this, minus 10 AX by 2 cross Az. Now AX cross Az, Z cross X is Y, but X cross Z is minus AY, there is already one negative sign over here. So the final answer will be positive, plus 5 AY ampere per meter. This is due to this first current charge density. Now let's take the another case in which K bar is plus 10 AX bar. Okay. So in this case you have to again take a point and plane combination. That point is 1, 1, 1 and our plane is z equal to 4. So here again you have to take the point and plane combination. So if you see that that given point is below plane, z equal to 4 plane and point is below plane. So if point is below plane, then you have to take the direction as negative. But which negative? Obviously in the direction of given plane. So it is minus Az bar. Okay. So let's put the values as we get An equal to minus Az bar. Then h bar equal to K by 2 cross En. K is our minus 10 AX plus divide by 2 into cross minus Az. Now x cross z is again minus Ay, but there is again negative sign is present in the direction. So it becomes plus 5 Ay. Now you have both the values h1 and h2. So the total is obviously the addition of both, that is H1 bar plus H2 bar. So it will be 5 plus 5, which it becomes the tan AY bar total magnetic field intensity. Now let's calculate the another, that is magnetic flux density. So magnetic flux density is denoted by the V bar. Relationship between V bar and H bar. So if you recall the relationship between electric field intensity and electric flux density, then its relation is V equal to epsilon E. So similarly here, in place of electric flux density, here you have to take magnetic flux density, and that magnetic flux density is V. So obviously V equal to some permeability into magnetic field intensity. So here, in place of that permittivity epsilon, you have to take permeability in case of magnetic field. So permeability of magnetic field is called mu. So V equal to mu H. This equation is used when you are traveling in a medium, but when you are traveling in a free space, then this equation becomes V equal to mu 0 H. Similarly, as epsilon 0 has a value 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 Faraday per meter, same way mu 0 has some constant value, that is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 ampere per meter. Mu has a value that is, similarly mu has a value that is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7, 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Weber per meter. Okay. So now we have the equation for magnetic field intensity that we have already seen in the last section. So similarly, you have to make the magnetic flux density by simply multiplying it with permeability, that is mu. So due to infinite length filament, we know that H bar is I upon 2 pi r A phi bar. So V becomes mu I upon 2 pi r A phi bar. Same way for the finite length filament, V bar is, you have to simply multiply it with mu, and the equation for H bar is I upon 4 pi r sin alpha 2 minus sin alpha 1 into A phi bar. So this is due to finite length filament. Okay. Same way, on the axis of circular loop, H is IR square upon 2R square plus Z square raised to 3 by 2 AN bar. So here you have to multiply it with the mu for getting V bar. So V bar becomes mu IR square upon 2 I square R square plus Z square raised to 3 by 2 AN bar on the axis of circular loop. Similarly, on the center of circular loop, because at the center of circular loop, if you see this previous equation, then if in this previous equation you put Z equal to 0, then it becomes at a center. So at that Z equal to 0, equation is mu I upon 2R AN bar. You can also check that equation by putting Z equal to 0. So obviously you get this equation at the center of circular loop, because at the center is origin. So at that origin, Z coordinate is 0. Even in fact x and y also 0. So this equation we get that V bar equal to mu I upon 2R AN bar. Now permeability of medium, as we discussed that in case of magnetic field, you have to take the permeability, and the permeability is mu equal to mu 0 into mu r, where mu 0 is free space permeability and mu r is relative permeability, where mu 0 is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7 Henry per meter or Weber per meter. So here mu 0 value we get. So let's see what is magnetic flux. Magnetic flux, similar to electric flux is denoted by psi. Magnetic flux is denoted by psi and subscript small m. Psi m is magnetic flux. So again, magnetic flux is crossing any surface is found by multiplying the flux density with the area. Similar to the electric flux, psi is equal to what? Surface integration d ds. If you remember Gauss law, then in that case we have done d into ds. So here in place of d means electric flux density. So here you have to use magnetic flux density, and magnetic flux density is V bar. So psi m becomes surface integration of d ds, like this. Psi m is equal to surface integration of d ds. Now you have the unit of d. Unit of d means flux per area. Flux unit is Weber. So Weber per meter square into ds. ds is again area. Area is meter square. So unit of psi m will Weber per meter square into meter square. So obviously you can say that the unit of psi m or magnetic flux is nothing but Weber. Okay. So magnetic flux density Weber per meter square. You can also say that this unit is Tesla, T, capital T. So let's see one example related to it. Here in the problem statement, h bar is given and you have to find the magnetic flux crossing the surface in between phi is in between 0 to pi by 4 and z is in between 0 to 1. Okay, so here you have h bar. So first thing you have to do is you have to find V bar, because once you get the value of V bar, then you can use that equation psi m is equal to surface integration d ds. Okay. So first thing is you have to find the V bar from h. So how you can find the V bar? Obviously by multiplying that value of h with mu 0. Here that in the problem statement it is not mentioned that the medium has a permeability whatever. So here you have to use mu 0 as a free space permeability. So simply you have to use V bar equal to mu 0 into h bar like this. So V bar is equal to mu 0 into h bar. V bar mu 0 is 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. H bar is given, that is 2.39 into 10 raised to minus 6 upon r cos phi AR bar. So if you simplify this equation, you get the answer for V bar, that is 3 upon r cos phi AR bar Tesla. Okay. So now you have the value of V bar. So magnetic flux is given by surface integration of that d into ds. Now if you see the problem statement, then in the problem statement two ranges are given, that is phi and z. So obviously r is constant, and if you see this equation, then you can say that the given system is cylindrical coordinate system. You can see this phi range and z is varying. So remaining is r is constant. So you have to take it this as it is. So for cylindrical coordinate system, if r is constant, then ds is given by r d phi dz AR bar. If you remember the unit number 1 vector analysis, then ds bar is given by r d phi dz with r equal to constant. Now you have the value of V bar that you have calculated in the last slide. Then you have to put that V bar, that is 3 upon r cos phi AR bar dot ds bar. ds bar is nothing but r d phi dz AR bar. So you have to put for here r d phi dz AR bar. So if you see this equation, there is in between V bar and ds bar, there is one dot is present, and this dot product is given AR bar dot AR bar is nothing but 1. So you can say that you have to simply put the phi and z range that is already given in the problem statement. So let's put it. Phi is varying between 0 to pi by 4. So if you see this equation, it is 0 to pi by 4 and z is between 0 to 1. The remaining is as it is. So r and r will be cancelled out. AR dot AR becomes 1. So remaining terms are like this. Now you have to integrate this term 3 cos phi d phi dz. 3 is constant, so it is out of the integration. If you do integration with respect to phi, then function that is present is cos phi. So integration of cos phi is sin phi and limit is 0 to pi by 4. There is no term of z present, so integration of 1 is z and limit is 0 to 1 like this. With respect to z and with respect to phi, if you do this, it is like this. If you put the value, then 1 minus 0 and sin pi by 4 minus 0. So it will be 2.12 Weber. Please note the unit of magnetic flux, that is Weber.